Cyberpunk is guilty, yes, it is guilty of having one of the most amazing maps I have personally played in my gaming journey, filled to the brim with a variety of unique places for you to visit, whether they be safe or not. It has a world that truly adds to your experience when playing it for the very first time or even the 10th time, it doesn't really matter. From the business-driven city centre to the barren badlands, there really is something for everybody in this world. That's why I thought that there would be no better time to rank all 8 districts from worst to best. Now, the reason why I didn't want to do a tier list like I did put in the thumbnail is just purely because I feel like it may be a tad boring to have 2 winners at the S tier rather than a definitive champion. But anyway, I'm going to be ranking these based on my opinion and my experiences. Do I like the atmosphere there? Are the quests engaging? Is there some really cool lore that draws me into it more? Also a disclaimer, if one of your favourite areas isn't as high as you would like it to be, it doesn't mean I absolutely hate it. It's a 1 to 8 list, so unfortunately something is going to have to rank at the bottom of the barrel. As well, if you do enjoy Cyberpunk content, I do kindly ask that you consider subscribing. Only 0.3 of my actual viewers are subscribed, so if you enjoy what you see today, please be sure to consider it. But I'm going to kick things off with the dreaded number 8, and at the very bottom of our list, coming in, we have Pacifica. And I'll tell you this, I feel like it is a district of a tragic case of wasted potential. Pacifica was supposed to be Night City's shining star, a luxurious tourist destination that would put Vegas to shame. Picture it, sprawling resorts with glittering casinos, high-end shopping malls filled with all designer brands. I think you get where I'm coming from here. In lore, it was meant to be a playground for the rich and powerful, a place where Night City's elite could all escape the chaos of the city, but somewhere along the line, this dream went up in smoke and the investors pulled out, corporations abandoned the project, and Pacifica was left to fester like an open wound. The lore paints a vivid but almost poetic picture of this collapse. When the money dried up, Pacifica became a lawless no man's land, a haven for gangs like the Voodoo Boys who run their shadowy net running operations from the abandoned Grand Imperial Mall. It's a place where the promise of paradise was betrayed, leaving behind a husk of poverty and violence. But here is where Pacifica flatlines for me. It's more of the in-game experience just doesn't deliver on that promise. You roll into the district expecting a chaotic gang-infested war zone, but what you get is sort of empty, if you see where I'm coming from. The streets are eerily quiet with barely NPCs wandering around. Side quests are few and far between, and the ones that do exist, like those ones tied to the Voodoo Boys, feel like they're only really scratching the surface of what this district could actually offer. Now, some players argue that emptiness is intentional, a design choice to reflect Pacifica's history of abandonment. But I just can't escape that feeling of missed potential and the fact that I feel like it was half-baked. But anyway, going on to number 7, I'm going to go with Santo Domingo. Now, it is really defined by its contradictions. It's quite ironic. On the one side, you got the industrial core of Night City, where factories churn out smoke and the discarded machinery rusts in abandoned lots. It's a gritty, grimy place that attracts all sorts of shady people, smugglers, fixers, and criminals looking to exploit in this chaos. And then on the other side, you've got a suburban sprawl that looks like it's trying to cosplay as the American dream. White picket fences, manicured lawns, and cookie-cutter houses that give off this eerie, almost fake sense of normality. You've got the 6th Street gang running the show here. The ex-military, ultra-patriotic atmosphere adds a layer of tension to this district. They're all about protecting the streets, but it's less about the community service and more about flexing their control, I think. Now, what I think makes this area stand out is its constant state of flux. The district's cheap land makes it a magnet for schemes and projects. New development springs up, old ones get torn down, and the cycle of renewal and decay just never stops with this area. Now, I don't want to say it's the worst district in Night City, but it's quite far from the best. It's a place that captures the harsh realities of life in this dystopian world, poverty, industrial decay, and gang violence that also has this creepy sort of package when you put it all together. Sure, it is memorable, but not in a way that makes you want to stick around. If you're looking for a district that will keep you on edge, Santo Domingo's got you covered, but it's just not that interesting to me. I'm going to go at number 6 with Watson, the district that shows you headfirst the gritty realities of Night City. This is really where your journey kicks off with V, and it's not necessarily a warm welcome. Watson is Night City's bad neighborhood, a place where dreams go to die and the streets are ruled by desperation and violence. The streets of Watson are a battleground for 2 of Night City's most ruthless gangs. Maelstrom, and the Tiger Claws. Watson has a certain raw authenticity that makes it quite compelling to me. It's where you get to meet characters like Vic Vector, the kind-hearted Rip Doctor who becomes one of V's closest allies, and it is where you actually learn what it takes to claw your way up in Night City. Watson is not without its charm though. The sense of struggle and survival gives it a gritty lived-in feel that other districts sometimes can't even match. I think it's a fantastic starting point for the game, but it's not necessarily a place you'd want to call home, but you'd rather leave it in your rearview mirror. Now, pretty controversial, but at number 5 I actually do have the Badlands. I'm gonna leave the neon jungle of Night City behind for a little bit and just venture out into the outskirts of the Badlands, a vast desolate expanse that is as beautiful as it is unforgiving. Now, if you do choose the Nomad life path, this is where your story actually begins, and it is completely different vibe from Night City's claustrophobic streets. The Badlands are all about wide open spaces, dusty plains, and a sense of freedom that you just don't quite get in Night City. But don't let the open skies fool you, because this place is quite dangerous, unpredictable, and packed with secrets waiting to be uncovered. Now, this sprawling landscape is dotted with oil fields, decaying structures, and abandoned towns. They're hauntingly beautiful in a way. Trailer parks and ghost towns litter this area, giving off a creepy, almost supernatural vibe, and it is a stark contrast from Night City. Now, obviously, you have the Nomads being the heart and soul of this district. Unlike Night City's cutthroat residents, the Nomads embrace a self-sufficient, family-orientated lifestyle, living off the land and sticking together in tight-knit clans. Now, for me, what makes the Badlands so special is that sense of discovery. The district is packed with hidden secrets and unique missions that reward exploration. Take the Rocky Ridge Bunker, for example. A locked door in the backyard of a house hides a survivor's stash from the Great War, complete with a journal that tells a heartbreaking story. The Badlands aren't perfect, the isolation can sort of feel oppressive and sometimes boring. The lack of urban infrastructure means that you're out there on your own, and sometimes it isn't an awful lot to look at, but it is definitely a nice change when you've been in a city for so long. Still though, the Badlands' desolate beauty, unique encounters, and nomad culture make it a standout district for me. It's a place that feels like a world apart from Night City, and that's why exactly I rank it so high, just purely because it's so different and so expansive of what you can actually find there. Alright, coming in at number 4, we have Dogtown, the walled-off, lawless district introduced in the Phantom Liberty DLC. And let me tell you, this place was a game changer. It was actually nestled in within Pacifica, and Dogtown is a dystopian hellscape within Night City's already dystopian hellscape. If you could think it could get any worse in Night City, Dogtown is that, but times 5. Now, this place is controlled by Kurt Hansen, a former Militech soldier turned arms-dealing warlord and his military bar guest. Dogtown is a place where the rules of Night City don't apply. Now, you might be thinking, well, there's not really any rules in Night City anyway. Yes, there is Night City rules, despite how much crime actually goes on. So when you can fathom what goes on in Dogtown, it really puts into perspective how bad this place is. It is a masterclass in world building. The district is a chaotic blend of high-tech and post-apocalyptic vibes, with crumbled roads, half-collapsed buildings, and random fires burning in the corners. Every third structure is unfinished, a leftover from Pacifica's failed resort days, really emphasizing the chaotic nature of this area. And gameplay-wise as well, Dogtown delivers. Phantom Liberty expansion brought some of the best gigs in the game, all taking place within this area, with some politically charged missions that really force you to navigate Hansen's regime. But what I really think makes Dogtown stand out is its ability to make you feel small. In Night City, you're V, you're an untouchable merc with mantis blades and a bad attitude at times. In Dogtown, you're just another person. Dogtown is a fantastic experiment and what happens when you push Night City's chaos into the extreme, but it's not a place I'd necessarily want to call home. It's thrilling, it's intense, and it's a must visit for any Cyberpunk fan, just shy of the top 3. But coming in at third, we actually have Haywood. Now, I think we're getting into the spicy sections where I'm going to get cancelled in the comments if my opinion's a little bit different, but this district is as vibrant as it is divided. Haywood is Night City's predominantly Latino heart, a sprawling area that's home to everything from gang-infested slums to high-end waterfront restaurants. It's definitely a place of stark contrast where the glitz and glamour of the northern neighborhoods near the city centre clashes with the gritty reality of Vista del Rey in the south and east. Did you like the accent I put on there? Wow, a Welshman anyone can do an accent like that, who would have thought? Now, Haywood has got a reputation for being the trashy part of Night City. Characters like Jackie Wells constantly getting ribbed from being from there, as it is the bottom of the social ladder pretty much. And let's be real, compared to places like Pacifica or Watson, Haywood's not really that bad, so I don't understand why it gets such a bad rep. The northern areas closer to the city centre are modern and well maintained, with upscale boutiques and restaurants catering to the wealthy. But when you head a little bit south, it's a different story. Here, gang violence rules the streets, with the Valentinos and the 6th Street duking it out for control. The Valentinos, with their flashy style and deep-rooted Latino culture, bring a lot to the personality of this district. Their turf wars make it a dangerous place to be nonetheless. 6th Street, obviously, who we spoke about earlier with their EX military Bravo, only adds to the chaos. Walking through Vista del Rey feels like stepping into a war zone with graffiti-covered walls and the constant threat of drive-bys. But what I do think makes Haywood so special is its cultural identity. The influence of Latino is everywhere, from the street art to the music blaring from the food stalls. Places like Valentino Alley, with its colourful murals and hidden secrets, are really a love letter to the community's resilience. Jackie talks about Haywood like it's the worst place to grow up, and other characters seem to pile on it, treating it like Night City's armpit. Sure, it has its slummy bits, but so does every district in this city. Compared to the desolate emptiness of Pacifica or even the oppressive decay of Watson, Haywood has a lot more going for it. Of course, the quality of life here isn't great in the southern parts, but is a step above the bottom tier districts. You've got vibrant communities, hidden gems, and a sense of identity that makes Haywood feel more than just another slum. Haywood is definitely a place where you can feel the pulse of Night City, its culture, its struggles, and resilience. It's not the flashiest district, but it's got soul, and that's why I really appreciate it and want to put it at number 3. And if we go a little bit more north, we get to the city centre, and funny enough, that's what our number 2 is going to be, the city centre. The beating heart of Night City's wealth and power. Now, this district is where Cyberpunk 2077 really flexes that visual muscle, with jaw-dropping skyscrapers and cutting-edge architecture, a vibrant atmosphere that screams, this is where the big guys are. City Center is the domain of the Mega Corps, a place where Arasaka, Militech, and other titans really do flex their muscle in towering glass monoliths. It is also home to the high-end shopping, upscale restaurants, and hotels that cater to the elite. If you're looking for that glamour of Night City, well, here it is. Corpo Plaza is the crown jewel of the city centre, a sprawling hub of corporate power where the skyscrapers pierce the clouds and the neon lights blind you at every turn. It is a visual feast with holographic billboards, sleek drones, and bustling crowds of suits making deals that could topple entire districts. The architecture here is unlike anything else in the game, thinking of those futuristic cathedrals of glass and steel designed to intimidate as much as impress. Walking through Night City feels like stepping into the future for sure, but it's a future built on the backs of the less fortunate, and it really can be emphasized when you compare the rest of the districts to the city centre. City centre, of course, has a darker side. Those alleys and side streets can still be dangerous with criminals lurking in the shadows. It's just a reminder that even in Night City's most glamorous district, danger is never far away. I think we all love the city centre for that immersive atmosphere as well, and the architectural details, and I really do get those New York Times City Square vibes from it. If Night City was a human body, I really do think that the city centre would be the heart, and Pacifica would probably be the arse. It is definitely the place that screams Cyberpunk the most to me, and that's why I rank it so high at number 2. So you've guessed it, number 1 for me is actually going to be Westbrook, the district that embodies everything Cyberpunk does best. Now, I'm not too sure if many of you guys will agree with this, but that is why it's my own opinion. I did give you that disclaimer at the start of the video before you start typing those angry comments. Westbrook is another place where the rich, powerful, and famous live, a place of luxury, entertainment, and high-stakes ambition. I think, honestly, if you're really dreaming of making it big in Night City, Westbrook is the goal. It's got opulent residences in North Oak, it's got a pulsating nightlife in Japantown, and the corporate grind of Charter Hill, all wrapped into a package that's glamorous as it is dangerous. Norfolk in particular is the pinnacle of wealth, with sprawling mansions that house Night City's elite. Think CEOs, celebrities, and those high-ranking corpos who've clawed their way to the top. These homes are truly architectural marvels, surrounded by lush greenery and guarded by top-tier security systems. Driving through North Oak feels like stepping into a different world, one where the struggles of Watson or Pacifica don't exist whatsoever. I wouldn't get too comfortable, however, because those security checkpoints and surveillance drones are a reminder that even the elite aren't above Night City's paranoia. Down the road you've got Japantown, and that is Westbrook's beating heart, a vibrant entertainment hub that really never sleeps. Love hotels, nightclubs, and street vendors create a kaleidoscope of neon and noise, attracting crowds from all over the city. And let's just be honest, the only reason everyone's going is for the love hotels. Not me though, I've never been there. Disgusting. I really think it's the kind of place where people party all night and still feel like you've only scratched the surface. Charter Hill as well, on the other hand, is a place where the aspiring professionals grind, working long, hard hours in corporate towers, and partying just as hard in Japantown after, dreaming of one day moving up to North Oak. It is quite literally the biggest Matrix zone ever. Westbrook's history adds another layer of depth as well. The district was hit very hard during that fourth corporate war, with some areas taking very heavy damage. Now, the rebuilding efforts that followed turned Westbrook into this powerhouse that it is today, as well as the amazing side quests and gigs here are top notch, offering a mix of high stakes action and personal stories. Whether you're infiltrating a corporate stronghold or even helping a local fixer, every mission here feels like it matters. Westbrook's reputation as the best district isn't about luxury, it's more about that vibe I get from it, the sense that you're at the center of Night City's ambition, glamour, and danger all at once, where the game's world really feels the most alive, from the neon-soaked streets of Japantown to the quiet opulence of North Oak. Westbrook really has it all. Wealth, power, nightlife, and enough secrets to keep you exploring it for a good while. I really think this district captures that soul of Night City and Cyberpunk in general, and that is why it's number 1 for me. Anyway, now I've made my list, make sure to leave your 1 to 8 in the comments and give me a reason why maybe I was wrong or why you agree with me. I could have chopped and changed so many of these districts within each other and I wouldn't have been mad at it whatsoever, and the more I do actually play this game for the years to come, I think I will go ahead and change this list once again. Every district here offers something special, something unique that really makes Night City whole. Without one of them, Night City isn't what it is today, and I hope everyone realizes that despite I rank some lower than others, they all are great in their own ways and aspects. If you did enjoy this video as well, please be sure to consider subscribing and make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Thank you very much for making it all the way to the end and have a great rest of your day.